You can't just take. And also this thing of girls thinking that bona they need to get, and a guy needs to show you how they feel all the time. You need to be shown, you want to get. It's wrong. Males are also human. They want to feel love, they want to get, they want to receive love. They also want to feel like you're nathandwa. Do you know what I mean? Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And if it's your first time joining me, then welcome to my channel. I hope that you are going to watch this video and that you are going to subscribe. I am Yolanda Kumalo, also known as Tushi on the streets and on Twitter and on Instagram. I actually messed it up. I was supposed to say Tushi on Twitter, on Instagram, and on the street, but I'm coming together. I'm gonna get used to it eventually, and then we'll do it, right? Anyways, today I'm actually going to be styling this hair with you guys. This hair is from Beaufox. They actually sent me this hair. It is really great quality. It is a 20-inch weave. It is a straight weave. Guys, if you know me, you know I have always wanted a straight weave. The mistake happened when on my 21st I got a 22-inch straight weave, only to find out that it is actually a body wave, because I was very confused all the time why whenever I wear this wig it just all of a sudden gets puffy. And then this one time I took it to Elegance, this other hair salon in town. If you live in Cape Town, you probably know about it. It's very popular. I took it for a wash there and treatment there, and then this lady asked me, why do you treat this weave as a straight weave? It's actually a body wave. Why don't you just wash it and treat it as a body wave? And then I was like, aha, now that makes sense, because all along I've been asking myself, why the wig it be wavy and ingahlali straight. So finally I have myself a straight wig that is so nice. It also really does look good on me. So it is actually really great quality. It's my second time having it on my head, and yeah, it is actually ear to ear frontal. I'm just laying it down now. Disclaimer, I did not customize this wig myself, because you know that the last week I customized myself, I actually messed up. So I will link every information about this wig and about Beaufox down in the description box. If there's anything I like about them is that they also sent me wig caps, and the wig cap, it is my complexion, so I don't have to go through the whole, adamant of putting on foundation to make the wig cap match my color skin. So I'll give them that a 10 out of 10 just for that. It literally took 7 days to get to me, and it literally took literally less than 7 days, because I think they contacted me on a Wednesday and I confirmed everything on the very same day, and then on Tuesday morning my hair was delivered. So that's less than 7 working days. So I'm also very impressive with their shipping. Yeah, so let's get into the video. What I will be filming today, it is a relationship confessions or questions that you guys sent to me on Instagram. If you don't have me on Instagram, then obviously you are not part of the people I'm talking about, and maybe you should add me so that in the next relationship or questions session you actually feature. I think I'm probably gonna make this a thing, because literally I get these questions like these all the time, and I don't want to be the ambassador or what, but let me not get ahead of myself. But yeah, I get these questions all the time, so I'm probably gonna make this a thing, and I also just really do enjoy it. So there's quite a few. Thanks to everyone that actually participated. Because of you guys, we made this video possible. I will be answering from the bottom up, and if obviously there's a repetitive question, I will not be answering. I'll be doing that while I'm actually styling my hair. I'm just waiting for my flat iron to actually heat up. I'm not going to be mentioning who asked me the question. I'm just going to get straight into it. So the first one is, how did you guys meet? Guys, one thing about you guys, you will answer this question without fail. You will always ask this question, without fail. Likely for you guys, we are going to be doing a video next week for you guys, as promised. People finally agreed to do the video. So next week is our anniversary weekend, and we will probably be shooting that video and upload that for you guys. So everyone who's been asking that, you will definitely hear the full story from both me and him. However, I have briefly told my story a couple of times to you guys, and also on Instagram as well when I do Q&As. But yeah, we'll just basically tell you both stories out. He's never said his side of the story, so that's when that question will be answered. Just stay tuned for that video. If you actually want to know how Sipho and I met, how my boyfriend and I met, you are going to find out on that video. Okay. Second one is how you guys plan your trips or getaways, the budget, contributions, etc. This is also one of the very most popular questions that also come up. And sometimes people always like assume that my boyfriend pays everything for me, which is like, I don't even know why people, I mean, I work, like, why would he do that? But anyways, whenever we go out on vacations, it basically, I wish I can actually give you guys like an example. For example, whenever we go out on vacations, it's always like a 50-50 type of thing, but sometimes it happens 60-40, you know, and I'd say 60-40 because of things such as food and drinks maybe, or things that we don't actually account for when we plan our budget. So whenever we plan on going away on our holiday or our whatever, for example when we went to Knysna, we consider very important costs such as accommodation and activities that we're going to do wherever we're going. So for example, in Knysna, in the trip of Knysna, I paid for the Knysna accommodation, I paid for the activities that we did in Knysna, and that was only because the accommodation that we stayed in Port Elizabeth, because remember in Port Elizabeth we stayed there for about 7 days, it costed basically, when you add up the activities and also the accommodation that we were at Knysna. So it only made sense that I cover up the things that are happening in Knysna, and then he covered up the accommodation that was in in Port Elizabeth. Sorry. When it comes to things such as food, it's always whoever decides to buys. Really, it's not something of, we don't really put that to budget. However, we'll probably have like a spending budget. Let's say we'll say 2k each as a spending budget. So whoever decides to buy really buys. It's never like, okay, you're gonna buy dinner on a certain day. No. And then when it comes to alcohol, I buy my alcohol, he buys his alcohol. So I think in that sense it kind of makes it really fair. The second one is, how do you keep the spark on? And when it comes to loving Iqelegu, yet you love your clean space, how do you handle that? Listen, I'm not laughing, okay? I'm truly not laughing because I know your pain, hey? Like, it must be really frustrating to date someone that doesn't appreciate a good clean space. I think how to keep a spark going within a relationship honestly depends on the people that are in the relationship and what type of things that you like. So for example, for me to not get bored within a relationship, I want you to take me out, you know. I want to go on dates, I want to do fun stuff, I want to small things like ice cream dates, you know, buy me flowers on a day where I don't even know that you are going to buy me flowers. Basically, in the truth, so like, surprise me, have the little things. Don't do the norm. It shouldn't just be about me coming over and we stay at your place and go home, you know. That's definitely going to bore me. So I think how to keep the spark going is to do all those nice things with your partner, everything that you guys both enjoy. Do it together and explore, you know. Go out on dates, go out on romantic dates, go out on adventurous dates like go-karting, jet skiing, you know, boat riding, things like that. And I think that's how to keep it. And sometimes keeping the spark going doesn't even necessarily have to mean that you have to spend a lot of money. You can do that just by doing simple things like buying flowers for your partner, or buy your man a key ring for his car keys, or things like that, you know. It's literally, honestly, always the smallest things that are, it's always the smallest things that someone does not expect. The second part of the question, which is dating and loving Iqelegu, yet you love your own clean space, I think that is very frustrating, obviously, because Iqelegu, guys, Iqelegu does not care. Do you know what I mean? Like, Iqelegu will literally leave the dishes there and not even care. So I think how to do it is, obviously, I think I would basically definitely communicate with my partner and let them know that I don't like how they leave my place, maybe. But also at the same time, you're not trying to act like umzali wakhe umntu, so you probably just want to talk to him as a partner and not as umzali wakhe we umshawute ba you know. So you probably just have to communicate it well with your partner, and obviously your partner also needs to be very considerate. So it basically is a two-way street whereby they need to know that you actually like a clean space so that they can make sure that they do what they can, and or like they at least meet you halfway or they try, you know. So for example, they don't leave the dishes there until and you have to wash it. I mean, that's ridiculous. So but you know, man, I think you need to also understand your partner in a sense that communicate with him and tell him maybe you don't like them leaving dishes there, and that can they please wash them. But also don't be too much about it, because it could end up ruining the relationship. You'll find that they feel like they're dating mama wake, and you don't want that. You don't want to be a strict like mom type of vibe, but you also want to put like, you know, make only rules and principles in. How do you guys resolve conflicts in your relationship? Thank God someone actually asked this. You know, a lot of people like to think that Sibo and I don't fight because we started off as like best friends, so they think we don't fight, which doesn't make sense because now we're in a relationship, so we obviously do fight. I'm not gonna lie, when we started fighting, it did take a huge toll on us, because we were just like, how am I fighting with this person that I've never fought with? How are we having arguments this heated and I've never fought with this person? And I really couldn't handle it at that time, but I got used to it eventually, and I was like, it's different now, we're dating, so this is expected. How we resolve situation, it's obviously talk about it, you know, see who was wrong, apologize, the norm, the usual. I know a lot of people like to say that don't go to bed without talking to your partner about whatever had happened. Sometimes I believe that actually sleeping on the matter is actually very helpful. It also contributes to finding a right solution, or like resolving the conflict even better, because then when you sleep on something and you guys don't talk about it, you'll actually get to think about what went down, who was wrong, who said what, who did what, and so that you can properly adjust it the next day with full facts and full understanding of what is actually carried down. So I like to sleep on something sometimes. Doesn't necessarily have to be straight away, please apologize to me right now, because it is also very important for someone to understand what they did to you and that you didn't like it, as much as it's also important for you to understand what you did to a person and what they didn't like, so that you don't repeat it again. So that's how we resolve situations. I always like to talk about them, and I want to get to the bottom of them so that we both have an understanding of what went down and what triggered that, or what resulted in us having an argument about that. So yeah, the next one is, what is it that, okay, I've already answered that. It's also about how we keep the spark going. Someone is asking, are you able to discuss openly with your partner your sexual needs? First of all, it is very important to be able to discuss such things with your partner, because those are things that are very important in a relationship for it to not necessarily grow, but for a relationship to go well, for you to consider yourself in a healthy relationship, you obviously have to be happy sexually as well. So yes, we do openly discuss about them, and it's obviously not in a formal way, but we do talk about it casually. I really think that if you don't have that relationship with your partner, then it's actually disaster. Like, I mean, how will you know that you don't like something, and what if what he's doing, you know, what if you're not satisfied? I think everyone should be able, or like everyone at least should be working on being able to communicate such things with their partner. Who is the most short-tempered? Oh my god, it's me. Yeah, it is me, and it's bad. It's something I'm still working on. I need to work on it, especially because my boyfriend is very like calm. Like, he's very calm. Like, the only time he gets mad, it's when he's like really, like, it's when you know that he's had it here. But I'm most short-tempered. I have the very first confession, because it's been questions throughout. Finally loving my soulmate, known him for 3 years, Gandhi. The feeling of love has been mutual ever since. Oh, congratulations, girl. Like, I tell you now, that is going to be the best relationship because you guys known each other for the longest time. So half of the work is like literally done. Like, you guys basically know what you guys like, know what you guys don't like. So, and also dating your friend is like top 2 and not 2, because you are able to share literally anything, whether it's something that's bothering you, family related, friends, or whatnot. And nothing beats that. In a relationship, you must be able to communicate with your partner literally everything. Is it normal to love someone so much in such a way that it makes you seem like a desperate, or is it real love? Personally, I think if you love someone and you start feeling desperate, I think it means that the love isn't reciprocated, right? Because love is a beautiful thing, and no matter how you express it, you're supposed to feel good about it, you know, whether you love the person too much. But the minute you start feeling like, you know, you feel desperate, I think that's when you're not getting the same energy back, or like you're not even getting half of the energy, or like half of what you're putting in back. So I think that's when you'll start feeling like, okay, no, you're desperate or whatever. I don't think it's good to feel like you're desperate when you are in a relationship. You are supposed to be experiencing and enjoying the relationship and love how you're showing your partner how much you love them, you know. You shouldn't feel like, oh, I'm doing too much. You shouldn't feel like, yo, let me not do this. I think that's wrong. I think if I were you, I would actually just look deep into my relationship and be like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling desperate? Does this person not reciprocate what I'm giving him? And honestly, if that's the case, then I highly suggest that you actually you might as well just leave that relationship, because it is not good, honey. It's not good. The next question is, have you ever felt like your partner iyakudiga? No, I think ukdiga, it's like a very deep word. Like, no, I've never felt that way, though I've felt like I'm upset maybe towards more whatever he's done. But udiga, it's like when someone is like annoying, like we andiga lumtu. So I think, no, I've never felt that way about my partner. And I think if I would feel that way, I'd ask myself, why did you know? Yeah, like I do get upset, let's say if he does something and I'm just like, I'm annoyed, like I'm upset, like why did you do that? But not banditika and live. No, sorry, I have never. Is it wrong to always be the one who asks what are we question? That's it. I think personally, I think the fact that you are asking that, I you know, as girls, we all go through things where we put ourselves in a position, or like we get into a relationship whereby you actually confuse Gwenzekandoni Apa, and to be quite honest, it never ends well. So I don't think that if you are in a relationship where you have to ask what are we, and you're not even getting like the proper response at that time, or like a response to give you assurance that okay, you are dating this person, I think it's not right. It's either you don't ask it, you go with the flow with whatever that you guys are doing, or if you feel like you actually want something defined, something with the title, then you probably should state that to the person you're with, and probably find someone else as well if they're not willing to give you that. Because these things of asking what are we, and someone says let's go with the flow, it never ends well. Like, it really truly never ends well. And also at the same time, forcing a title onto someone, or like forcing a relationship onto someone, is also never like a good idea, you know, because they won't show you all tando all funayo. I think if I have to ask what are we, I would never put myself through that, you know. Like, no, we deserve better as girls. Question: do you guys ever fight? I love your relationship, it looks so perfect. Our relationship is definitely not perfect. Yes, we do fight. We are like every other person in a relationship, we do fight. How do you keep the fire burning? I've already answered that. What is the one thing you will not tolerate in a relationship, like a deal breaker? I think a deal breaker is honestly feeling like I am not the priority. I'm not saying like put your other priorities aside and focus on me, but I want to feel loved. I want to feel tanda. Honestly, I want you to put in the effort, you know. Make me feel like I am umdwako. Don't let me go to bed these buzaba what's going on, is this what it is? That honestly for me is a deal breaker, because nadal tando, and I will literally show you my love for you. So if I don't get that back, I honestly cannot stay in that relationship, to be quite honest. And then obviously the normal one, the cheating, you know. But I think the very most important one to me, it's that I need to be assured that this is it, you know, and that you are in this as much as I'm in it. And the minute, even if, for example, if a man doesn't cheat but they don't give me that, I'm gone, you know. So yeah, cheating is also a deal breaker for me, but I think that one, the very first one, is like very important to me. Guys, my battery went out and then I went live while I was waiting for it to charge. I did also finish like ironing my hair. I also put on some what do you call this thing, some hair mousse by Care, just to get rid of the flyaways. And this is the final look. I am obviously going to be finishing off the video, like just to answer like the assumptions, the confessions and questions that I didn't finish, and then I'll be closing off the video. It's a relationship question saying, I've been on a talking stage with this guy from Joburg. I've never been in a long distance relationship. Any advice? Personally, I've been in a long distance relationship and I literally realized, Guti, it's actually not my thing. Like it's not my thing, because I love to be able to go to my partner. I love to go out like on a regular basis with my partner, not every 2 months. That was the basis of my relationship. It was every 2 months, so that became a bore to me. It becomes strenuous, becomes stressful, and I just started falling out of it. But long distance relationships do normally work for other people who do them well. I think any advice I can give to you for the relationship itself to work is obviously have 100% communication with your partner. Literally communicate about everything. Make sure that they feel, or like communicate about everything in a sense that try to make them feel like they're with you. So things like, I'm going to bed, I'm going out with friends, I'm at the mall, I'm seeing this, I'm seeing that, I'd like to do this and that. Don't be the boring type where you just call to ask how's your day going, the normal boring stuff that we, even people in relationships that are nearby, we do. Like, be very nice in the sense that you are going to call and be like, yo, or I'm seeing this and that. I think that's how it's going to go. And also video call quite a lot, communicate in all types of way, and also try to make one another feel like you guys are in the same city. That's how I think it can possibly work. This is not a question, but because of you, I know how important reciprocation in a relationship is. Damn right, guys. In a relationship, you can't just take. And also this thing of girls thinking that they need to get, and a guy needs to show you how they feel all the time. You need to be shown, you want to get. It's wrong. Males are also human. They want to feel love, they want to get, they want to receive love, they also want to feel like you're natando. Do you know what I mean? So reciprocation is very important. You know, what you give, it's what you must get, and same goes for a male as well. So it's very important. Like, I love to love and I love to be loved. It's the most beautiful thing, and it makes a relationship so special. So thank you so much. How long have you been with Sipho? We've literally been together for 11 years. If you watch my videos and you watch my channel, you'll know why I'm laughing. Anyways, I'm kidding. We've been together for, she said, year plus month and date. We met in we started dating in 2020, May on the 10th. So next month we're hitting a year. So we've been together for like 11 months and 1 day. yeah, for 11 months one day, because today is the 1st. So yeah, we started dating last year. After how long did you guys do the deed? Yo guys, to be quite honest, we did the deed even before we actually decided that we're dating. We couldn't wait. Yeah, like we were still in the process of like deciding whether like we're dating or not. Yeah, so we didn't even wait. I guess I'm gonna say we waited for 10 years. And Nashem, I believe that it does. You don't have to. If you don't want to wait, don't wait. Like, you can do it on the day when you guys first meet the guy, or you can do it after 3 months, have the 90-day rule, or you can do it after whenever. Honestly, it is all dependent on you and what you're comfortable with and what makes you happy. But you obviously have to be 100% sure it's what you want to do, because sometimes doing the deed on first day, a lot of people believe that a guy can leave you after that because that's what they're here for. And let's say that is true. If you though do the deed knowing, or like because you want to do it and because you're ready to do it with this person on that particular day, whether they leave you or not, you're probably not going to be hurt by the fact that you guys did it and then he left. You're probably going to be hurt by the fact that he left because you also did it because you wanted to do. I don't know if I'm making sense. So I always say to people, whenever you're ready and whenever you feel like I want to do it, it should never be about the next person or what Utushi thinks. It should be about what you want, because whatever happens from what I say, I will not be there to go through it with you. Also guys, this thing of thinking that if you make a guy wait for 90 days, a guy is going to stay like forever and the rest of your life, it's really not true. Honestly, I feel like you're the one who expressed more than your BF. If there's anything I'm going to tell you, is that in a relationship, people have different ways of expressing themselves. So I might be able to do it like by telling you, or like by showing it, and also with the way I post on social media, and that's just how I express how I feel. But then your partner could also be expressing the very same love, but maybe they do it privately, or they do it when they're with you, or they do it you know, via text, or whatever the case is. And I think what oftenly breaks relationship, it's because you will always expect the partner to do what we do. So for example, because I like to post my boyfriend, I'll have him in my stories and also all over my feed, and then you expect him to also do that. But we need to remember that people express their feelings differently. You aren't necessarily going to get what you are giving. So I don't know if that's what you're saying. Like if you're saying you feel like I express more, and you probably saw that on social media, because where else could you see it? This one says, what's your take on mixing finance and new relationship? When I say finance, I mean saving together and all. I don't actually think there's like a wrong, or honestly, but I personally, for me, it would only make sense if I joined savings account with my partner, if like we're working towards a common goal. So for example, we're saving up for something that we both want to have as a joint or as a couple, then it would make sense to save together. But if you like want to save like as a personal decision, that when you want to start saving or he wants to start saving, I think then you definitely can do that as a individual. You don't necessarily have to involve him in that. I never mix my finances in my relationship because I just personally but the only exception is when if we would be working towards something that would benefit both me and him. So to hold each other accountable, I'd say open a savings account together. Is it okay for your sister to be buddy with your baby daddy that you don't get along with or you talk to? I think irongo, like buddy means like mazichomi. I think that's a bit too much. That's like overstepping, especially if the baby daddy, especially if you don't get along with the baby daddy. But I think there's nothing wrong if your sister gives the baby daddy like common decency, such as like greeting him when embona uhlalisana nini sambayelo mkipit I believe you'd give us a content emnadi recipe. Guys, the fact that you want us Masikalisana so that money content is very selfish of you, ma'am. But yeah, I don't know, like really. But now, honestly, to be quite honest, I wouldn't mind. Like I honestly, I told you guys, I think I've said this in my previous video, that I literally wouldn't mind living with him. I wouldn't mind it at all. Next question is, have you ever thought you and your partner would last a year? Listen, when I decided to date Sipo, I was in a relationship, right? And I was in a 1 year 4 months relationship, I think. But then I decided to end it to try out with this one. At that time, we had no clue whether we are going to work as a couple. We had no clue whether we are going to make it this far. But for me, I was like, this is my soulmate, and I actually do want to try and see how far we're gonna get. You know, it doesn't matter even if we lost like for 2 months, because like I said, because he's my friend doesn't mean we're actually going to work out. So to answer your question, I didn't really think, you know, for me it was just like, let's see, you know, let's go with it and see. But I won't lie, at the back of my mind I was just like, what could be so hard, you know, what could stop us, because we get along, like this person and I get along as friends. So what could possibly come in Lilini to and not actually make it to like a year? But things happen. So I did think about those things, but I didn't really care. Like it wasn't dependent on that for me to make a decision whether we lost or not. I really just wanted to give the relationship a try and see how far it's gonna go. So I went with it anyways. I think that's the end of the video. I literally went through all of your questions. There weren't that many. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to leave a comment down in the comment section. Also, if you haven't subscribed this far, please do click the red button and join the family. I will be leaving down the information about this hair. It is from Beaufox. I'll also post a picture on Instagram and tag them so that you follow them and actually check them out. I definitely do. I'm enjoying this hair. Like I like it. I kept on looking at myself and I'm like, I will do low. How is it possible?